Do you ever get writer's block? Do you ever sit down and you're kind of stuck, or you don't know what to type, and maybe it takes you an hour to type a post on social media, or maybe it takes you an hour to write an email? Well, let me give you a framework that I got from Tony Robbins copywriter Jennifer Hudye from Conscious Copy that completely transformed how I write my copy, how fast I can produce content, and how easily I can get people to engage in the content that I'm creating when I use this particular framework. So this is the 5C framework, and I've created some adaptations that can be helpful for you. So credit is always due to Jennifer for creating this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it really practical and simple for you to understand. So first C is capture people's attention. How do we capture people's attention? We can ask a question. That's how I started this video, by asking you a question. We can have a weird looking image, right? Or a bright image, or something that captures people's attention visually. We can also capture people's attention through movement, right? So you'll see people starting their videos with a lot of movement, because that captures people's attention. It gets people to stop scrolling, or it gets people to open up your emails. Another way to capture people's attention is by asking questions in your subject lines, putting emojis in your subject lines, right? That's something that very few people do. So it can make your message pop out a little bit. So first, we got to capture people's attention so they turn their head and give us the time and energy and attention that we want, because we have a message that can help them. Number two is you create interest, right? So you pull them in, typically with a story, and that story could be a cautionary tale, or that story can be a case study of somebody who followed your guidance or advice, or something that you've done that's beneficial. So draw them in with a story. The human brain needs to close that loop when they start a story. It's hard for us not to, right? So once we get drawn in, we continue to lean in until there's closure and completion. So tell a story, tell a case study, or describe what it is that you're calling their attention to. Okay. Number three is, why is this important to them? So we want to clarify the benefits. So why is this information important to them specifically? We have to outwardly say that. They may not be able to connect those dots. Number four is credibility. What gives you credibility to share this message? Is it research? Is it experience? Is it a process you've developed? Is it a case study of your own, or a testimonial from somebody else, right? What gives you credibility? What gives this message credibility? And then number five is a call to action. We have to be implicit and tell people what to do. We don't want to get them all hyped up and not tell them what they should do next. And what they do next isn't always buy my stuff. What they do next might be to like, it might be to comment, it might be to tag, it might be to share, it might be to drop an emoji, it might be to DM you, it might be to go to a link to get a free download, it might be a link to schedule, right? There's a variety of things that you can have people do that don't always lead to you selling them something, okay? If you found a helpful podcast, the call to action is go listen to this podcast, right? It could be a YouTube video that you watched, right? It could be this video, right? You might even forward this to a friend if you found it helpful. So what I want you to start thinking about is training people, and in training them to take an action when you tell them to. Like, if we don't do that, then we're not training people to take action. We're just kind of leaving them confused. So the idea here is to incorporate these 5 C's. I'm going to put them in the form of a question. What the heck is that, right? That captures my attention. What the heck is that, okay? Number 2 is tell me more, right? They need more information now. They're asking, what the heck is that? Tell me more information. That's your story, right? Number 3 is, why should I care, right? Why should I care that you're telling me this? Number 4 is, why should I care what you have to say about this, or that that person has to say about this? And number 5 is, what should I do next? If you can answer those questions and use this framework in that exact order in your messaging and your emails and in your communication, watch what happens. It's very subtle. It starts off as being very obvious, but then it's very subtle as you incorporate it into your messaging. I encourage you to write this down on a little notepad or a little post-it note and keep it on your computer screen or just somewhere close to you so you can reference this. This will take the writer's block away, and this will help you become far more effective at communicating your message. So big shout out to Jennifer Hudye, who is the copywriter for some of the most amazing people on the planet. I'm so grateful to have had a chance to work with her, and I'm so honored that I get to share this message with you because it's been so helpful and impactful for us. I hope that helps you. I hope that takes away the writer's block. What I'm going to ask you to do now is send me a message, send me a note if you found this helpful. I love to know. It's a great way for me to close that loop, to know that this information is benefiting you. And I want to make sure that we're creating content and we're creating a knowledge base that's serving you. So tell me what you think. Let me know if you found it awesome. If there's something else you'd like me to speak about, please let me know that as well. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help. Lots of love. I'll talk to you soon.